Much useful topic, startup program for agri entrepreneurship. He's a director, Triple E Hyderabad, and Jaishankar Telangana State University, Hyderabad se hain. Most welcome on behalf of the Central University, sir, behalf of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Sir, kindly present your presentation, and most welcome from entire fraternity, sir. Most welcome, sir. I handed over mic to the M. Jagan Mohan Reddy, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Vikas ji, Professor Vikas. I could see on board Anjay Sinha, and I could see Doctors of Dean Computer Science. So name could not seen here. Probably other dignitaries. And so some message has come here approved. Shall I approve it?
Please continue, sir. No issue.
Yeah, good afternoon once again. It's my pleasure to talk to all the dignitaries as well as the participants across Pan India. I am Dr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, working as a Director, Extension Education Institute of Government of India. Of course, under the administrative control of our Professor Jaishankar Telangana State Agriculture University, Hyderabad. Today's topic is a startup program for agri entrepreneurship. I will focus mainly on startup activities in a generic mode as well as mainly focusing on agri and allied activities. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Audio
okay.
very clear, very clear.
Just intermittently, I am checking my audio video. Otherwise, we will be totally detached from our present.
Yes.
Agri startups, an intervention for boosting the future of agriculture in India. Of course, the now entire globe is revolving. As it is known today that our population of the globe is already touched. I think by tomorrow we are touching $8 billion, 8 billion population. So this entire 8 billion population is looking at for the startups, craving for the startups. There is heavy demand for the startups. More so in agriculture, a country like ours, which is depending on agriculture. So it plays a prominent role. That's why now I am going to deal more about agri startups. The founder of the World Economic Forum has once told, in the new world, it's not the big fish which eats the small fish. It's the fast fish which eats the slow fish. So that's why we have to keep the momentum with the changes in the contemporary world. This is one of the flagship initiatives of our Government of India is Startup India, which has been established way back in 2016 in the month of January 16th. Mainly to empower startups to grow through innovation and design. So through innovations are the propelling force, drivers for the startups. So any kind of small innovation definitely gives a big dividends at the later date once it sees the shape of a startup. So while India is craving or crazy about the startups means we are third in the global ranking system. Our number of startups by 2018 already crossed 1,200, and we have many credits to take for that. The young and aspiring average age of our startup founders is only 28 years, which is below the average age of the European countries where they are starting. We know the KFC. The person who has started the KFC has started the startup at the age of 65. At the age of 65, our young generation are crazy about they have the energy, and that has to be put into a synergy mode. Energy plus synergy will give the startup. So the present scenario is around more than $3 billion was invested in agriculture sector worldwide. But even in our country also, $313 million of amount already put in place, starting the startups. So when we look at the startups of a 5 year period in our agri-tech, So key Indian states, many states already took a gigantic leap in starting or upscaling the startups. The front runner is Karnataka, no doubt. Of course, Maharashtra is also taking the lead, and Gujarat, our state Telangana, they have got their own proportion share in driving the skill ecosystem of our country. So funding is also, a lot of funding is also going on as per the NASCOM report. So the main objectives are to understand the concept of startup, to discuss the avenues for startups in agriculture sector. What are the avenues? What are the possibilities? What are the opportunities? What is the ecosystem we have to encourage the startups in our agriculture? To know the schemes and incubation facilities started by the government in agriculture, to review the success stories. Whatever the success stories that were generated till now, we will go through it. So I think everyone knows it. What is startup? An annual turnover not exceeding 25 crore rupees, which is not prior to the 5 years of period, is that entity is called startup. But the simple meaning is converting an opportunity into profit. It is called startup. That's all. It's a very simple and easy layman's words is converting any opportunity, any kind of opportunity, an idea. An idea can also take the shape of a startup. Overview of startup in India is so here first one is a simplification and a handholding. These are the main features of startup India. That means first of all it should be very simple, and handholding support should be given, and funding support and incentives have to be provided. Already enough support, enough anchoring has been provided by the government of India as well as respect to state governments. Now recent November 23rd or 24th, Orissa government is conducting a big startup exhibition in our Telangana, Hyderabad. So that is the encouragement the state governments are giving. Already 10,000 crore rupees of corpus fund is created. Probably all these statistics might have been covered in the previous sessions. A startup India hub is also created. Norms were relaxed, and fests are being conducted. Telangana is also forefront. We have the tea hub culture. Every idea is encouraged, and if idea is encouraging, if idea is taking the, if it is visualized to take the shape of a startup, then the government is coming forward to fund it. And there is a Atal Innovation Mission with self-employment and talent utilization program under the NeitY Aayog, and 7 new research parks were modeled on the research park at IIT Madras, that is Chennai, launching of innovation focused program for students, and annual incubator grand challenge. So these are the different initiatives taken at different levels. That is industry academia partnership and incubation. Of course, this is more visible in IIMs, IITs, and even in our university also we have one Ag Hub center where that works on. I will cover in due course of time. So credit guarantee fund is also created with 500 crore rupees by SIDBI. Steps to be followed for setting up of a startup. First one is incorporating your business and registering with the startup. Already there is a one portal, we have to register with that. Required documents have to be uploaded. These are all self-certified documents. Answer if you would like to avail tax benefits. If anything is required which is from the government side, enough tax provisions, tax exemptions were given. Clarity for that you will satisfy the conditions. These are the some of the required conditions. And the ecosystem to establish startup is supporting organizations are required. It's a teamwork always. if it works with the team like a cohort, then definitely the success is guaranteed. Support from the big companies and backed by the backstopping from the universities, other research organizations like CCMB. We have got an Institute of Chemical Technology in our Hyderabad. They are supporting like anything. Service providers' help should be taken, and funding agencies like NABARD or small farmers agri-business consortiums, they are ready to fund. So here ideas, inventions and research, startups at various stages, entrepreneurs, team members of the startup, investors, mentors, advisors, all these put together creates a startup ecosystem. So from idea to phases and team to organization. Idea should reach many phases and team also should reach to the many organizations. This the life cycle of a startup is first at seed stage, the idea has to be taken the shape of a seed and startup stage. Later, it has to grow the multiple levels and it has to take the shape of a business company and established. It has to uh, strengthen its roots into the mainstream of working. Expansion stage, it has to have many retail marketing. It may decline and it may exit from the stage of performance. So in 2018, ranks were given for different states according to different indicators under different categories, who are the best performer, top performance, leaders, aspiring leaders, emerging states, beginners. So under different categories, states will be selected. Here I don't want to go about the states which were bagged the awards, but every year the government is encouraging, ranking the states to inculcate the spirit of startup among the aspirants, youngsters. State-wise number of startups, so many states are encouraging the youngsters and aspirants to take up the startups. So Maharashtra, Karnataka are the leading states. Sector-wise distribution of startups, of course, IT services are always the pioneers. That is the one lucrative and fashionable, easily adaptable domain. And our agriculture is also no way lags behind. We are getting good number of startups in agriculture also. They are establishing day by day. In 2017 global startup ecosystem, we can see 20th number Bangalore. Bangalore is one of the 20 outstanding performance at the global level. So leading economic nations with regard to startup in 2017, our country stands in third position after Canada and United States. So the benchmarks for India, where we are standing, means for which kind of innovations we are performing better. So when compared to US and Israel, we are good at frugal innovations are classified into three categories. A breakthrough innovation, which addresses the immediate necessities, and sustainable innovation, long the gestation period is very long. They are going to address long-term issues, and frugal innovations in middle, in between these two. So we are now good at, we are the pioneers for generating the frugal innovations. So there were many factors which are driving the startup ecosystem, like drivers fueling the growth of startups in India, like ease of doing business and entrepreneurship focused education system, industry facilitation, increasing awareness. So these are the different factors which are propelling, acting as a drivers for establishing the startups. And these are the demographic insights. I don't want to go details of it. The need of a startup, employment opportunity. Day by day, we are opening many universities, maybe public or private or public-private partnership universities, colleges in different domains. The number of graduates passed out from those universities are increasing in exponential way. But the employment is not guaranteed for all these graduated youngsters. So that's why there is a need to start up. There is a need to take up the startups. And also rural welfare. Welfare is guaranteed in the rural sectors, health sector, education sector, which are the prime sectors which can bring the equilibrium of growth between urban and rural areas. So that is possible through startups. We are seeing in agriculture, the main problem in agriculture nowadays is labor scarcity. Every operation in agriculture is need based. If we miss that time, so the farmer will incur huge loss. So for that, there is a startup of drones. So now the drones are being customized and they have been designed to suit to take up pesticidal sprays to control the different pests and diseases in our agricultural crops. So that is one of the best startup what we consider nowadays. So like that, there were many startups which are really playing a major role, giving ease of doing operations in our agriculture, like transportation facility, health facility, education. And resource scarcity is also propelling to take up the startups, land availability, biodiversity conservation, global warming, pollution control. So now the in and around Delhi, whoever comes up with the idea to stop the burning the crop waste, it will be rewarded and awarded like anything. That means how best we can convert, recycle the agriculture waste in a productive way. So already many startups have come. Our Indian Agriculture Research Institute IRI is conducting the research. So such kind of startups are highly need based. Pollution control, food safety and security. Now agri startups. So there were many agri startups as I told. Startup in the field of agri and allied sectors is called agri startups. Agri startup is a company that is in the first stage of its operations, initially bankrolled by their agripreneurial founders as they attempt to capitalize on developing a product or service on agriculture and allied sector for which they believe there is a demand. Here it may be product or it may be a service oriented. A kind of demand will be addressed through that product or service. For example, day before yesterday, our Honorable Prime Minister has inaugurated Ramagundam Fertilizer Manufacturing Company Limited. It is a neem coated urea. Altogether a different kind of fertilizer. Urea is a neem coated. So neem coated urea is manufactured in that fertilizer company. So that is an intervention that gives a breakthrough technology. The urea releases the nitrogen not altogether at a time. Slowly it releases for the benefit of the crop. So farming as a service, this is one startup. wherein agriculture equipment renting is another area likely to see the market traction. So the need-based equipments are available at one place. They will be renting to the needy farmer on a very small rent, price fixed by the startup owner. Data, as I told, startups are leveraging drones or tractor-based solutions to get data on the field. So we will survey, we will use the drones in surveying our agriculture. Crop surveys also they are used, not only spraying the pesticides, fungicides or herbicides to control the insects or pathogens or the weeds. They are also used to survey the crops, damaged parts of the crop, how much crop is damaged due to which pest. So market linkage models, fintech for farmers. So like that we have many startup companies like Sequoia, Axion, Combinator, Kalari, and IoT for farmers. Many startups have been come with the different apps manifested in the form of IoTs, Internet of Things. Like in precision farming, we rope in different geospatial technologies, remote sensing technologies, sensor technologies in order to establish the smart farming models, smart irrigation models. So the many startups have come and they are also seeing the light of the day. They have attracted the attention of the farmers. What I mean to say is there is enough scope in agriculture. You can serve the farming community at the same time. You can have your livelihood. So this is another area, terrace gardening, balcony gardening, vertical gardening, all put together under the caption of urban farming. There is a dire need for the urban dwellers to have the lung space. Anyone who has some kind of new idea to upscale the terrace gardening, vertical gardening, hydroponics, they are paid premium price. The urban dwellers are ready to pay the premium price if that suits to their locality. Skyscraper farming, that's what I mean to say. Hydroponics, aquaponics, and GM crops, genetically modified crops are also recently we have approved rapeseed, mustard, and micro perforated pouch for fresh vegetables and fruits. This is one of the small intervention which has taken the shape of a startup. And apiculture, even in house also we can grow the honeybees. There were many species are available. We can with the help of those honeybees we can prepare the honey. Very quality honey we can prepare. They will get the money and they can serve the society with a quality product. So solar farming, as all of we know, now the future is only solar energy. We have to play with the solar energy, electrical energy, and I think days are not far away. The cars also may run with the solar energy. Probably that is a good startup. Just now I got that idea. In future, cars may come, not only electrical energy, this kind of electrical propelled energy, but solar energy operated batteries may come and they will drive the uh, get the energy from the solar power. So there were many examples I can quote with regard to well established agri startups like AgroStar, NinjaCart, well-known uh, e-commerce agri startup, Sabziwala, Bharat Bazaar, Bread. So SWOT analysis. When we look at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of our agri startups, the biggest strength is there is enough opportunity, innovation, solution. Any small innovation can give a solution and encompassing lakhs of farming community. Now the social media for farmers is an added value. Now almost the majority of mobile users are in our country. and no farmer is not having the not possessing the mobile phones. All the our farming community are having the smartphones, so thereby we can reach them. And opportunity, as I told, favorable business climate, as we are already in the nearer to the touching of 5 trillion economy, and we are also aiming for the 8 trillion economy. So if that is the case, I think startups are only the propelling force for that. And weakness is, of course, new on market, lack of marketing expertise, much limited financial resources. But threat is a competitive landscape. Every country is also looking at startups, so that competition may be there. Farmers may find it difficult to adapt to the sometimes new technologies. When we weigh the weaknesses, threats with the strengths and opportunities, we have a lot of strengths and opportunities. Probably that is one of the shining part. So, what are the schemes and incubation facilities related to startups? So, Karnataka, as I told, Karnataka is in the forefront in taking up the agri startups. The government of Karnataka is proud to be the first state to announce the establishment of a dedicated startup cell in the state with the objectives of connecting with the government departments. All government departments were connected, network with the industry bodies, and one-stop shops were created. Go global with your ideas by participating in one of the international conferences. They used to organize many conferences. So their innovation ecosystem is encompassed with around 4,000 startups in Bangalore, because Bangalore is the strength for them, and presence of many players. Of course, many players, whatever we are seeing, are originated from Karnataka. And the key highlights of this cell. Now, Skill India program. Probably, is it covered, sir, earlier? Skill India, about Skill India program in any other session?
No, sir. No.
Yeah, okay. So, as all of you know, now the government's flagship program, the premier program, what the government of India is thinking is Skill India. Make India, Skill India. So this campaign launched way back in 2015, 15th July. It aims to train over 40 crore people in India in different skills. By the end of this year, 40 crore people are going to be covered out of the population of around 140 crore people. But these constraints can be removed with the help of Agriculture Skill Council of India. So it's a very gigantic task to train 40 crore people by the end of this year. So that's why way back in 2015 itself, the government of India has established the Agriculture Skill Council of India ASCII under RKVY. So it is necessary to link them to the Skill India program. These trained people, the trained people won't be delinked, detached. They will be linked to the portal of Skill India. So here, Ministry of HRD, Department of Science and Technology, IIIT, IASCR, Institute of Science, Education and Research were involved to take up 75 startups. So there is another good program in our agriculture universities taken by the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICR, mandatory. In their fourth year, first semester, we have the 2 semesters in every year, 8 semesters, 4 year. Last year, first semester, each student has to undergo this student ready program. That means Rural Entrepreneurship Awareness Development Yojana. They will get the exposure to the rural entrepreneurship awareness, practical experience in the real life situation. Thereby, they will take the mantle of, they will inculcate the spirit of entrepreneurship. So like that, like 24 Mantra in our Hyderabad, very big startup, which provides organic foods to the people of our Hyderabad citizens. So that is taken by one of our graduates of our university. and also that makes them to understand the indigenous technical knowledge of the people living in that rural areas. So ICR has got different agribusiness incubators, ABIs, in different universities, operated through different universities. They will incubate the ideas generated by the youngsters. That is the Pusa Krishi Incubator. It is an innovation hub, agribusiness incubator center of ICR and IARI, both put together. They have established this incubator unit. The incubator offers unparalleled technical and business mentorship, network of industry experts, as well as access to government grants and funding platforms. So the unique trait of this incubator is it works on PPP mode, public-private partnership. Industries were given equal weightage and a role to play in this incubator. The aim is to provide a platform for budding entrepreneurs, agripreneurs to provide innovative solutions. Incubation, technology commercialization, incubation workshops, intellectual property facilitation. And that means registering their IPRs, intellectual property rights, preserving their rights, ownership rights are also created. This incubator has already graduated 3 cohorts with 34 startups. I have already raised more than 7 crores in funding and won several awards. There is another thing, the Center for Advancing and Launching Enterprises at Ahmedabad, Gujarat, established on 2nd December 2016. This cradle is supported by NSTEDV, that is National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board, DST, Department of Science and Technology. It works for the agri startups. The main focus areas of this are manufacturing, healthcare, renewable energy, and food and agri business. Here also we have many achievements under this umbrella of this institute. 32 startups were incubated, enough jobs were generated, and more than 3 crores fund is raised, and 40 startups received their seed funding also. There is another center that is under the control of IIM Bangalore, NS Raghavan Center for Entrepreneurial Learning, under which 225 and odd ventures were incubated and 5,000 and odd jobs were created. As all of you know, MeitY is a central agency, works to train the higher level officials working in our agriculture sector, which runs National Agriculture Extension Management, which also runs agri clinics and agri business center incubation center, which has already trained nearly 53,000 odd professionals, 23,000 odd 246 started their own enterprises out of these professionals. They intend to nurture all interested potential agripreneurs. So this is one of the success story. Many of the professionals trained in this agri clinics and agri business center of MeitY were started startups, and they already converted into a very sustainable business companies. So this is how, this is the one advertisement given. MeitY works through different universities like US Bangalore, University of Agricultural Sciences Bangalore, in collaboration with MeitY. They have given advertisement for enrolling the aspirants into that unit of incubation center. So IDEA, Association for Innovation Development of Entrepreneurship in Agriculture, a technology business incubator hosted by NARM, National Academy of Agriculture Research Management, Hyderabad, and DST, Government of India. They also have, they established this one, which has been housed in the Center for Agri Innovation and Fostering Innovation Entrepreneurship in Agriculture in India, which aims to help entrepreneurs ideate, incubate, and accelerate their innovative early stage startups. whatever the idea that is there in the minds of the youngsters, aspirants, it will be incubated, it will be supported, it will be broomed and groomed, and enough support is given to accelerate, to propel that idea into a business mode. So for that, they offer the capacity building, they mentor, they give the cushioning effect of establishing the networks and registering the property rights. So they got an award also. Next, CCAMP, Center for Cellular and Molecular Platforms, established in 2019. They enable cutting-edge life sciences research and innovation. It is the country's most exciting life sciences innovation hub, bringing together academia, industry, and startup ecosystem all in one platform. This is the beauty of this center. The entire startup ecosystem is immersed with the industry as well as the academia, so that nothing is left, everything is brought at one place, so that there will be full-fledged ecosystem startup may come. So Tamil Nadu Agriculture University is one of the pioneers in taking the mantle of these startups and incubations. So they also established a technology business incubator, started in 2007. They did marvelous work in collaboration with the Department of Science and Technology. They have a lot of credits into their fold. We have many other incubators and accelerators focused in agri-tech. We are seeing on the screen IIM Calcutta Innovation Park, SIDBI Innovation and Incubation Center, Tamil Nadu, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology Startup Oasis, that is Jaipur based incubation center, NASCOM Center of Excellence for IoT, Upaya Social Ventures. So there were two success stories I want to place before the participants. Sharad Deshpande from Karnataka, he had started Sylvia Trade Incorporation, wherein he tests the varieties, seeds of the varieties, and he sells those seeds, and he offers the consultancy for taking up different kinds of agroforestry plants. 5,000 farmers were covered in 100 villages. Now the annual turnover is 5 crores. With that consultancy offering about the supplying seeds, advisories, and agroforestry plants. There is another one, Ramesh Kaladkar from Maharashtra. This is organic based. So as all of you know, neem has got lot of organic properties, and he has exploited the richness of that neem plant in preparing a liquid which can kill the pests. So for that, he has covered 20 villages, 450 farmers, and 2 crores turnover. The farmers are ready to pay the price if it is qualitative product. He manufactures such kind of neem-based neem cake, neem-based neem seed kernel extracts. How startups redefine India's economic growth. Now the future search engine is not Google. Now the future search engine is not Yahoo. Now the future propelling search engine, the growth engine of India is startup. Now the growth engine of India is agri startups. But there were many reasons for failure of startups. Some of from the sampled respondents, what we got is undifferentiated business models. So they could not take up what model they have to fit into after taking the crossing the stage of startup. What business model to be taken up? They are extinct. Many of the startups are not seeing the stage of business, establishing the business. Lack of sufficient skill, insufficient funding, inadequate mentoring, unethical business conduct by the startups, and easy way of getting the money, inexperienced leadership. Leadership plays a major role to steer the destiny of that startup. Whatever the startups failed when we conducted survey, these are the probable reasons we found. And leaders of established companies identify the benefits of collaboration with the startups. When we collaborate, what kind of benefits? Accelerated development. Development will be fast and improve customer experience. Experience felt by the customer is also very. So that's why now any collaborations are coming. Now individual, even though they have the money, they have the corpus fund, individually they are not going ahead. Like Bajaj Alliance, Maruti Suzuki, like that alliances are coming. Accelerate development of new products. Kotak Mahindra, opportunity to mentor startups and access to better skills and talent. So when we collaborate with the other established startup, there will be access to the good skills. As I told, in our university, we have a very successfully running unit, that is Ag Hub, Agriculture Hub. It is the first of its kind, an incubation center, works in a hub and spoke model. The center will be there in our university, Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad. Spokes will be there in different parts of our state, like Vikarabad, Jagityal, and cater to the building and creating a vibrant innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem across the agri-food value chain. From production to the processing, there were many phases of passage of the product in our agriculture. At each and every step, innovation is encouraged. Innovations plays a major role. So that whether the innovation from the farmer's side or the student's side or even from the scientist side also, or they are safeguarded. They are put into the custody of this AG hub. They are preserved and they will be incubated and they will be upscaled. Facilities, access to infrastructure, research facilities, grassroots innovation ecosystem and other industry connections are also made through this center. So enough provision for networking system is established, like market linkages, technology validation through the research, education and extension. So the government's approach of targeting startups to power growth over the next decade is well judged. No one can deny it. But the easing of rules and creation of a conducive policy environment should not be restricted just to startups. It should be extended to all businesses. Beyond the startups, this kind of exemptions, support, anchoring has to be given. An enabling environment for this will comprise incubation centers which can plug into cutting edge research happening in the country. So here enabling environment should be created for the cutting edge research in the labs as well as in the pharmacy fields. The real test for Startup India will be the redomiciling of Indian startups. This is important, redomiciling, partly to improve the ease of investing in startups. Such investments have to be exempted from long-term capital gains, which will have to be watched carefully for signs that it is being taken advantage of, for example, real estate manipulators. So that means here the redomiciling of Indian startups, not only they have to be given support at the seed stage, at the early stage establishment. So at all stages of business, the support should not be delinked and detached. So with that, we can sustain and stabilize the startup ecosystem in our country, which is the only growth engine of our country. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for excellent lecture. Sir, farmer as a service, first it is the very new topic for us provided by you, sir. And drone-based pesticide management using artificial intelligence, definitely, sir, it will be very emerging area nowadays. Apart from this, sir, apart from the NABARD, sir, any other funding agency for the agriculture or agri startup, sir? Apart from the NABARD, sir.
Apart from the NABARD, we have got Small Farmers Agri Business Consortium.
1 minute, sir. I noted down, sir.
Small Farmers,
Small
SFABC.
Small farmers.
Agri Business Consortium.
Yes, sir. And other or
For this
NABARD
startups,
and yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
the
It is good, sir. Good,
startups,
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For market linkage, you have also provided the very good things. And apart from this, hydroponic, aquaponic, and other kind of farming as a startup, it is also a very new kind and very innovative idea for the our youths, which are belongs for the rural and different village society. And thank you very much, sir, for giving so nice talk and so kind of lecture, and very informative and very useful for us. And sir, we will upload your lecture in the website. Accordingly, give some information in your email, and we have circulated your information and your uploaded video lecture amongst the students, youth, and other universities, sir. On the heartfelt thanks from the Indira Gandhi National Tribal University, Amarkantak, as well as from Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and youth and other students presented in the seminar hall and others. Thank you very much, sir. आपके लिए कोई वर्ड थैंक्स तो नहीं है, बट सर अभी तो आपका लेक्चर ऑनलाइन हुआ, अभी हम लोग प्रोग्राम फिर करने वाले हैं, आपको वापस यहाँ बुलाएंगे सर, ऑफलाइन भी ऑनलाइन भी बुलाते रहेंगे, और आपसे थैंक्स बोल के आपको भेजेंगे नहीं, आपको अब हम लोग एसोसिएट कर लिए अपने साथ. नाउ यू आर एसोसिएटेड विथ अस, यू एसोसिएटेड विथ अस, एंड टाइम टू टाइम हमारे साइंटिस्ट भी इसमें जुड़े हुए हैं, जैसे ना he is making one very good kind of things, electronic soil nutrient analyzer. It is a new kind of soil nutrient analyzer having touch screen, human interface, machine facility, as well as IoT based system. It is one kind of a startup also. And we will touch with you, sir, and thank you for giving us time and so kind of presentation and lecture as well. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.